So Alwyn just 10x'd his income in 14 days because he stopped selling his time in Guyana and he started installing high leverage AI infrastructure for a hotel that recovers their lost bookings automatically. And now he is no longer a builder stuck in the freelance trenches. He is now an expert who finally understands leverage. So actually, before we get into this Miro breakdown, we need to talk about why 91% of you guys have already failed your New Year's resolutions. Statistics show that only 9% of people actually stick to their word. The rest of you guys are going to be rotting in the same corporate 9 to 5, stuck in research mode for another year, watching someone else with less skills get farther than you, travel and work from Japan and Thailand on their own time. And I'm not a professional developer. I just know how to sell better than you. You know, while most of you guys are playing with chatbots and sending emails into the abyss, my circle is closing 5-figure AI infrastructure deals. I have survived addiction, near-death car crashes, and built businesses in war zones. Literally, I am still in the trenches every single day. I only want to work with people who want to achieve the same thing and ultimately not let another year pass them by. So on January 20th, I'm opening up 8 spots for those of you who have the right skills but lack the right systems and clarity to actually turn those skills into 5-figure contracts. Or even, you know, for people who aren't tech wizards, you know, like myself, but know that AI is the last single greatest opportunity to generate massive wealth. And this is the exact system that I helped Alwyn implement and literally 10x his income, even in a country like Guyana. And I am only taking on 8 more people at the time of this recording for this initial founders cohort. This is not going to be a course that I toss you and wish you good luck. I am hunting for 8 more specific killers that I can turn into $10,000 to $20,000 a month case studies. So if you want to be one of them, the waitlist is live right now. Just go to the link down in the description. And on January 20th, the doors are going to be open. If you are not on that list, I guess you'll just be watching from the sidelines for the rest of the year. Anyway, back to this case study. Alwyn understood that the only real enemy is indecision. So just watch this interview and the Miro breakdown at the end to see how he shifted from a builder to a partner. Good, man. Good. Where are you calling in from today?
So I'm calling it from Georgetown. It's in like South America. It's just like a really expensive country, I gotta say. Really expensive.
Georgetown?
Yeah.
Okay. So what were you struggling with before you actually joined the AI Partner Accelerator program?
So basically getting work out on a consistent basis. That is keeping the quality consistent also. 8 a.m. you just had something to eat. Everything is going good. You're doing the best work you ever did in your life. But then the work cannot always be the same when it's at 3 a.m. and you're, sleep deprived and everything is not really the best. So that's gonna be the big thing when you just came from also doing some on the ground work.
Or overworking you.
Yeah.
Okay. So what made you actually decide to finally get help instead of trying to figure it out alone?
When let's say every other week you have clients saying, oh, my work is not as important as their work, so is their work more important than my work? It just becomes very frustrating when you can't exactly convey what you're going through, because I think they don't really see what you're doing as a business in itself. They see it as mostly just their work and not that you yourself is a business.
Gotcha.
But so reaching out was really a big step, and it's helped me completely free up time for a very big part of what I would have been doing if I didn't start working with you guys.
Right.
And that's the issue, like fully locked in, because some cases can happen between work sessions that let's say you get a call and someone they want a video or they want a poster last minute, and it just really messes up your workflow. It's, different work has like different ones. So
Yeah. Awesome, bro.
For sure.
Love to hear that.
What was your biggest breakthrough or aha moment during the actual mentorship?
I would say it's just how easy it is to get this done once you know what you're doing. Is it like, damn, I've just been wasting a whole lot of time doing the traditional route. Yeah, more clarity.
So how did the one-on-one guidance help you specifically?
It just gave me a better, with the guidance that you guys provided, it was just really helpful. The main thing that I'm getting at here, it was freeing up a lot of time, and that is the most important thing. it freed up a lot of my time, to be honest.
What part of the process surprised you the most?
I just realized how much money I was, leaving on the table and how I was going about it in a very old-fashioned way. Because personally, the payment structure I had wasn't as, thought out as it was before, because
Mm.
you don't really have time to think about those things when you got like 3 different clients' work to do in the middle of the night. So you're like, I just got to get this done. But then the same thing's going to happen the next day and the next day, and the next day. So there's even less time to plan out how you're going to structure things to free up more time. So
Yeah, that's
it's
the
really-
classic agency trap.
it's true.
So what tangible results have you seen so far with clients, income, confidence, clarity?
Well, it's not a part of the business that I exactly stress about anymore, because the results are not guaranteed, but they're guaranteed and predictable. You know what I mean? That's the main thing I love these days, being able to predict how work is going to go. You know what I mean? That's basically all about it.
Awesome.
So what would you say to someone on the fence about joining?
Well, I think for me, my biggest fear was, trusting someone with your business. You know what I mean? Because like, if you're someone that's already struggling in your agency, having someone come in, you're really uncertain about whether that would make things better or make it worse. You know what I mean? If you're looking to free up time and take that, step, because this is the best step you can take in this modern age, to get a better offer and a better workflow, there's no
Awesome.
doubt with the agency.
Love to hear it,
Mhm.
man.
It's good.
Yeah.
So who do you think that this program is really for?
People struggling with their business, their agency. Let's say you're running a service-based business where you provide, services like videography, photography, web development, stuff like that. And you're struggling most of these people, if I'm being honest, don't have they just do the work and get paid. They don't have an offer that would, up their value.
Right.
Gotcha.
Last question. Any final thoughts or shout outs?
I'm gonna say shout out to Brian, because he really helped me out, especially with these graphics, bro. Like, you don't know how much you've saved me time, and like, okay, that's almost like put me on the map. But when I'm ready to reach out to more people, that's gonna really be a big thing, because the goal is like 100 flyers a day, and that's definitely doable. So it's definitely doable. Oh, I'll just say thank you guys for the help, Ken and Brian. You guys really helped me out in this endeavor.
Absolutely.
Bet.
It's our brother.
We want to keep seeing you crush it as well, bro. We're gonna stay on top of you. All right, man. Yo,
Absolutely.
appreciate you hopping on the call.
But it's
Great. Thank you, man. Thank you for sharing that.
you guys ever seen this,
Grains, what is that, bro? Are you gonna send some to us?
no, but this is like the world. It should be.
See you guys. From $345 a month to $3,000 a month in 90 days. And here's the exact 8-step process that I use to help a student transform his generic social media agency into an AI-powered solution that hotels cannot say no to. Why listen to me? Well, I've helped multiple agency owners 2 to 5x their pricing, specialized in AI-powered offer transformation. This student went from struggling to getting clients to having a waitlist. So starting out, his old offer was a generic agency. It was a social media management for businesses, and they were charging about $350, $345. His positioning was weak, commodity, competing on deliverables. The result was low perceived value, so inherently hard to scale. And his new offer is an AI content engine for hotels. We actually came up with this offer. So this is content solutions targeted towards understaffed hotels. The price is about $575, $750, something like that. The positioning was business, and the positioning was very strong. So business solution solving staffing crisis. Over there, hotels don't really have as many employees as they'd like. And the result was 2x pricing, 2 times honest pricing, easier to sell, and it was a very quick path to $3,000 a month that he could achieve. So step 1 is understanding. So we got actually a lot to dive in here. As you can see, zooming out, there's actually a lot, but don't worry. This is good. This is good shit for you guys. Stick around for the fucking sauce. So step number 1 is foundation, deep market research. So what most people get wrong is, they think that they need to find a niche, but that's backwards. Actually, you need to understand a market so deeply that the opportunity actually becomes obvious. So what we did was researching the Georgetown hotel industry, and we analyzed tourism data, so 20% growth, 420,000 plus visitors projected, which is great, and studied industry reports. So there was an oil and gas boom, major international events, and then we identified the pain. So hotels cannot find staff. They're falling behind on international brands. So without getting into the big picture here, we didn't know who we're targeting exactly, why and how to deliver as much value as possible. So we'd be guessing on pricing, commoditizing ourselves, and most importantly, we don't know what they would pay high ticket for. So you've probably heard everyone online telling you to build a chatbot and pitch it to every local business, but the problem is you don't really understand if they need it or not, or why. And if they do show interest, you're really just stuck trying to sell the tool, or in this case, social media management. This is the shift here that we had. This is where we stopped thinking like a service provider and we started thinking like a problem solver. So the old way of thinking is, I can make 4 videos per week, I can design graphics, I can manage social media. And the new way of thinking is hotels are understaffed during a historic tourism boom. They're losing bookings to international brands, with overall better social presence, and their market managers are drowning. And, think about it like this. A surgeon doesn't start cutting the moment you walk in. They run tests, they study the problem, and they decide if surgery is actually even necessary. And only after diagnosing the real issue do they actually make a precise incision that fixes the problem. So that's exactly how we actually approached this reframe. We diagnosed first and then applied the exact solution that changes them time, money, and headache. Our client wasn't new to agencies and software companies pitching them offers, but our differentiator was we first understood everything about them, all of their pain points, and made it a no-brainer to allow us to actually come in and solve their headaches. Not to use, flashy AI software tools, we built for just the sake of it. So step number 3 is unique mechanism. So this is what we built, a proprietary system that differentiates this offer from every other social media agency in Georgetown. So over here, this is the mechanism breakdown here. So number 1, we got the AI powered scripting. We use Claude. It's 10 times faster than, manual script writing, consistent brand voice, hyper local tourism content. For AI generated B-roll ideas, we use Sora. So, cinematic quality without expensive shoots, impossible shoots that would cost like $10,000 to film manually, guest experience showcases, property highlights, and then third, 30-day advanced content calendar. And then number 4, we have the full done for you system. So we include scheduled posting across Instagrams, TikTok, Facebook, and then response to comments, DMs, and then weekly analytical reports. So why does this matter? Well, the AI mechanism creates a competitive moat. So, other agencies can't deliver at this speed plus, quality combination. So, it's not just social media management, it's a proprietary system and it's extremely valuable. So, the outcome that they're getting is they're staying competitive with international hotel brands and they're solving their understaffing problems. So there's no need to hire a social media manager, and they get to increase their social media reach by like 200 or 400% in like the next 90 days. More booking inquiries through social channels. So step 4 is validating the offer. So this is why most people get stuck. They compare their pricing to other agencies, and that is the wrong anchor. What we did instead was we positioned this offer against the alternative. The comparison is like option A, hiring a social media manager is like 100 or 150,000 Guyanese dollars per month. The benefits overhead is like 20, 30,000. And then the training time is like 2 or 3 months. There's uncertainty, will they even be good? 120 to $180,000 in total cost plus, massive headache. Or option B, you have the AI content engine, 120 to $150,000 a month max, done for you, no hiring, no training, no management. Better quality, AI plus expert strategy, 30-day money-back guarantee. It's a no-brainer offer. And this is not just a theory. Like, we've experienced this firsthand, and this is how I was able to close a $60,000 deal recently. We understood all of their pain points and made a no-brainer offer to actually allow us to come in and solve their headaches. So, in fact, we never even mentioned the word AI or automations to close that deal. So step number 5 is landing a prospect. Niche targeting. So the shift is from all businesses to Georgetown hotels during the tourism boom. Georgetown, Guyana, industry was hotels, 3 to 4 stars, international brands. Timing, during a historic tourism boom, psychographic, understaffed, competing with international brands. So we targeted Aiden hotels, Marriott, Hyatt properties. So why this actually works? Well, it's easier to create relevant content. And then number 2 is it's just easier to prove return on investment. So, there's clear benchmarks here, 200 to 400% reach increase, industry specific outcomes. Number 3, easier to get referrals, small connected market, hotel managers, that they're talking to each other, and there's higher perceived expertise. Specialist versus generalist. So, we only work with hotels. That equals premium positioning. So how do you find your profitable niche? Well, you might be thinking you need to, be cold calling every small local business around you, pitching them your services. That's only going to keep you broke. Small and local businesses are small and local for a reason. They're broke. If you guys want to get rich, you need to be targeting bigger companies, not brokey, local boutique hotels. Essentially, you just need to find a company that makes $50 million plus a year, because the more money that a company makes means the more money they're leaking somewhere. And that's your bread and butter. That's your bread and butter, is where the money is being lost. Because if you can sell their own money back to them, you can use AI to save them money. So yeah, we'll just skip through all this stuff right here. So this right here is our content ideation system, and it's only available in our private group. And this automation alone has been sold for $3,000 several times. So this is the foundation of most content agencies, but 80% of the work can be automated with N8N, Manos, which is the fucking most goated agentic AI that's come out. Blessed are the Chinese. Thank you, Xi Jinping, for that, and Claude. So you need to be able to reach the decision makers. And they can't be too big that you have to go through 10 layers of bureaucracy to reach them. So for big billion-dollar plus companies, good luck. Good fucking luck. If it's over $500 million company, good luck actually getting a hold of the people who you've got to talk to in order to make the money. And also, this easily circumvents the portfolio chicken before the egg problem. So let me explain this real quick. The question is, can I see your past work? Well, that's partly just partner market fit issue, which means you're just not talking to the right person. So if you have a painful enough problem that keeps you up at night, or worse, costs you revenue, you will hear someone out. So when you're just starting out and you have the skills, even if you don't, the right offer to the right person will get your foot in the door. Might be free work that time, but it's still a foot in the door. We hopped on a call with a $25 million CEO, $25 million annual recurring revenue company CEO that expressed to us how much he hated spending 8 to 10 hours a week manually tracking field job data. We saved him a shitload of money. And we had never built a system like that before. Think about your situation. Think about how much you would pay to solve whatever problem keeps you up at night. And then all this shit right here, this is the God sauce. So honestly, I can't really give this shit away, guys, because this is really just the most in-depth God sauce that's going to help you get these clients. And honestly, it's way too valuable. But I mean, essentially what it does, it goes in depth on exactly how to reach out to these people, step by step, script by script. But honestly, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I only give this to people in our program. But if you guys actually, want to look into that, the link will be in the description if you want to join our program and get one of your first clients in the next 90 days guaranteed, then it'll be in the description waiting for you. So step 6 is outcome-based messaging. Sell the destination, not the journey. Old messaging is deliverable focused, of course, 4 filmed and edited videos per week, 30 professional photos per month. Social media scheduling and posting, 3 rounds of revisions per video. The new messaging, which is outcome focused. Solve your understaffing problem without hiring. Compete with Marriott or Hyatt social presence. Increase social media reach by 200 to 400% in 90 days. More bookings, inquiries through social channels. maintain world-class presence during Guyana's tourism boom. And so the psychology here is clients don't care about 40 plus content pieces. They care about not having to hire, saves time, money, and headaches, staying competitive. So the closing framework here, so problem agitation, you're drowning, trying to keep up with Marriott's social media, and you just can't find staff. So then you introduce the solution. And then number 3 is value anchor. So, it's actually cheaper than hiring a social media manager and the quality is better. And then next, you got the outcome promise. Your social reach will increase 200 to 400%. And you'll get more booking inquiries. Step 7, so risk reversal guarantee strategy. If you're not satisfied with the quality in the first 30 days, we'll refund your money, no questions asked. Why this works? So, well, they can just try it for free. It's not a long-term commitment. So it removes pretty much all the risk from their side. It signals confidence. So, we're confident in our quality and we'll refund you if you're not happy. So, it addresses the number one fear. And then it just makes the decision easier. So it shifts from should I buy to why not try it? It lowers that psychological barrier to entry. The system behind the guarantee. So we build quality checkpoints to ensure we'd never have to refund. So week number 1, we did the strategy call plus the content calendar approval. Then week number 2, we did the first batch review. Then we did feedback integration. And week number 3, we did full production. So 40 plus pieces plus client review. And then week number 4, posting begins plus analytical tracking. Step number 8. So this transformation isn't luck, it's a system. So this student's journey from $345 a month to $3,000 a month followed a specific pattern that we've used to help dozens of technical founders escape the 9-to-5 and build $10,000 to $50,000 a month AI businesses. And this pattern is teachable. The difference: AI agency versus AI partner. Most people are stuck in the AI agency trap, selling $500 chatbots to broke as fuck businesses, competing on price. But there's a better way here. And this is what we taught this student. And that's how we made him more money. And we're gonna take him even higher, man. So real results. One of our students, Anthony, actually closed a $7,000 a month contract with an SMB company. Only the best use this stuff, guys. So this is the 3-phase system teaser. Establish your core offering and define your audience. Then phase 2, you got the outreach engine. So activate channels and engage with qualified prospects. Then lastly, you got phase 3, close and deliver. So seal the deal and ensure exceptional fulfillment. We are launching something very, very special for you guys. And if you want early access, all you gotta do is join our exclusive email list and you will get first access before the public. And the link is gonna be in the description. So guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, 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 bye.